So we're gonna get into the next segment.
So what you been paying attention to? Cocoa with Kymmy.
Oh man, it's so much has been going on, and we always talk about on my segment more of what's going on like in pop culture.
Right.
So so many things have come out. Nas' album came out this week, and then Jay-Z and Beyonce hopped out with their album this week.
Oh, they made a record?
They did. Did you go to sleep last night? Because if you went to sleep, you probably missed it. Like,
probably proves that I'm not a fan.
Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Did they really make a record? You heard it?
Yeah, it's out.
Who are you a fan of today?
You like it?
I wasn't mad at it. I like it.
These kids are so easy to please.
I wasn't mad at it.
I mean,
that's different.
It's like
ice.
It's more.
Oh my God.
It's more appealing to his. It's appealing to the female fan base. It's definitely a Beyonce.
And he was never that dude. Let me tell you, Jay-Z was never that dude. He was never the sex symbol.
You sound like
he like girls.
He was never the kind of guy. And I think that she's so sexy and she sells her sexuality. Let's be honest. That's what we're buying. We're buying her sexuality. She's beautiful. She's like in the Bible how they describe how women entice men with their movements of their body and their
Jezebel?
voice.
But you know, we got to say in the new generation, we got to say
what
we say.
What
we say,
they will.
Pretty girls like ugly men.
I mean, I think the dynamics
like ugly men.
I think the dynamics of their relationship are different because I don't think she had that much experience with men as he has had with women.
No, it's very true.
Yeah,
that's very true.
He's way older than her and she's way
Wow,
younger. And
I didn't know that. I didn't know that they dropped the record. That's just interesting to me because I just really have not.
So we were trying to decide earlier if they did that on purpose because Nas came out with his album with Kanye that day or the day before-ish because it took so long for them to finally upload it. But
they had to have known.
I mean, they don't ever.
Well,
I mean, Nas and Jay-Z are okay. Like, I'm gonna say they're cool, but they're okay now. So you had to have known.
They okay, but you got to think.
Yeah.
I think it's still like one of those.
This is what I think. Right, I have talking about the word neutrality. Right.
Yeah.
I have a philosophy of hip hop neutrality.
Okay.
Right?
Uh-huh.
And what I call hip hop neutrality is the way I describe it is this: I grew up in New York City. And summertime is definitely that what's the she's it's not She's Gotta Have It. What's the other one? Spike Lee. Do the right thing. So the Do the Right Thing movie shows the New York heat and how the girl had the ice. Like that's really
fire
true.
hydrant.
Right? So my mama used to make this statement. She used to say, "It's so hot outside that if you throw an egg on the ground, it'll fry." Mm-hmm. Right? I feel like that's what hip hop neutrality is. Right, meaning it so hot that almost anything could work because things came out, and I think a lot of people like that. I say that for a few reasons. One, I'm one of those few guys that got his record deal from a contest, so it wasn't a demo. It wasn't I knew somebody. We earned our record deal, right? And so I'm watching other people around me, and then also when I see the records put out. My peers, my friends, I see who puts in real work, and then somebody that does something, but it's just, they're just riding the wave. And I feel like because there was really no pre-promotion on it at all, right? That might be the truth. That might be true what you said, because at this point, this concept of the release is hot, right? Kanye did that. He did 28 records. That's my new playlist. At least I got 28 songs, right? I put them on shuffle, and that's what I do. Yay, Kids See Ghosts, or Dead People, or whatever it's called, the Nasir joint, and the Pusha T joint.
Well, we can do that now because
you know
all these albums have 7
songs.
But let me ask you a question. Who, like, today, today in music, do you have somebody that you like today? It doesn't necessarily have to be mainstream like Migos and nobody like that, but I'm just saying.
I mean, you know
music,
what?
Period.
I say it like I tell everybody else. A good friend of mine who we didn't start off as friends, actually talking all that jazz is a letter to him. James M. Toomey said to me that, Daddy-O, we're gonna be reduced from hit artists to hit songs. And you know, it might even sounded strange when he was saying it. Because at the time he was saying it, if any record came on the radio, you knew who that artist were.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he was right.
Right.
And so years later, this has become. So I'm saying that to say this. I do like some stuff. Just because I'm an artist and a producer and kind of a music guy, I do know who made it. Just because that's the way I gotta identify with it. Mm-hmm. But I'm not finding. It wasn't until Kanye started dropping these joints. I have not been finding full projects that I like.
Right.
So I could play a 21 Savage record that bumps to me. I could play you a Tekashi 6ix9ine record that I like.
But
I don't like the Casanova 2 Times dude as much as people think I should. I don't really like him that much. It's a lot of guys. I mean, you know, I might have a Trippie Redd song that I like.
Wow.
For whatever reason, I love Thugger. I love Future. I don't know why. I just do. I just don't like when they rap.
Right.
If they try to rap, I'm mad. But if they do that, come on, man. Melodically, I'm not really sure nobody beats Future. The thing with Migos is that they created that style. So beyond them being the best record makers on the planet right now, yes, I said it.
Migos?
Most people need to go to Migos. If you're not gonna go to Migos,
therapy.
listen,
Somebody
go to
call a
Kanye.
counselor.
That's it. The whole game right now. If you're not gonna go to Migos, go to Kanye. Everybody else, no disrespect to my peers, but when really is the last time you heard a hot Pete Rock joint?
Thank you.
Hey, I just want to say,
Daddy-O said it.
No.
Daddy-O said
I'm
it.
not being disrespectful because if Pete give me something, or Pete gives Scarface something, we gonna kill it. But me and Scar's probably the only ones that could do it right now. I'm being brutally honest. We nice right now. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of guys ain't nice right. Rakim's not nice right now. Rakim gets smoked right now. You understand what I'm trying to say? So I'm telling you, like you gotta ride.
I'm loving
that.
this
You understand?
because I like it.
You just gotta ride that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta live with that. You gotta live with Migos. You gotta live with that because they created that style 9 years ago, 9 years ago. You know what I'm saying? My son was jumping 9 years ago when I moved to Atlanta. My son was jumping a fence going to a Migos concert. This is years ago. You understand what I'm trying to say? And then 5 years ago, Hasib told me, "Yo, Daddy-O, watch these little dudes, man, because they really know how to make records."
This is my favorite.
You know what I'm saying?
So
and
far.
then later on, now it's normal for people because they on the radio. But these little boys been trying this for a long time to show y'all that this is what it's made of. And along the way, they caught some big fans like Future, like Thugger, and like everybody else that try to use the backgrounds and the ad-libs and the auto-tune like that, and got engaged to Cardi and gave her some of it and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying, like,
I don't like it.
I mean, I like those guys.
I don't like it.
You know what I'm saying?
Kim, this is my favorite guest.
You know what I'm saying?
Down.
I like those guys. And I'm just telling you, that as I'm not old school. I don't say I'm old school because I think Melly Mel and Theodore and Flash and them is old school, so they call us true school or whatever.
Right.
But I am a classic hip hop artist, and
legacy.
I can't front. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Like, the only thing I don't like to do, I don't like to put on the airs in front like whatever. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never been mad at any of the little dudes.
I don't like it when I heard this song a few minutes ago before you walked in, and it was Beyonce and Jay-Z, and Jay-Z was
ice.
Like, he was on that Migos flow. And I just
but Jay
ready.
shouldn't be doing the Migos flow.
He should not.
You know what I'm saying? If you notice,
he
right?
can't even hang with the people
listen
his
to the
wife's
Ye
age.
records, right?
Like, he's not that
You listen to the
dude.
Ye records, right? Ye almost redefined trap on his joints. Because he did his own thing, same beats per minute, but he did it on a whole nother, and then he snaps. Sometimes he just snaps, like it's one Nas record, the cop shot the kids with. Kanye just snaps.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Just like, you forgot who I was, let me remind you. You know what I'm saying? But there's no reason. You know, he proved it. This is what I was saying about Kanye. What Kanye's doing is so that nobody's following his lead though, so I don't know if it's gonna work. But imagine Kanye grabbing Scarface doing 7 on him, Daddy-O doing 7 on him, and maybe 2 more. And then your friend Pete Rock jumps the party and says, "Oh, let me do that too." And now Pete Rock does 7 on this one, 7 on that one, 7 on maybe 5 or 6. And then your friend Easy Mo B says, oh, I want part of that.
The 7 is the way, because even like you said at the beginning with the 10
yeah,
talking,
nobody has
it's like
the attention span, right?
Son,
you know, we ride
son,
a 20
imagine this being a leadership move and not all the haterade that I see going on.
Like I was saying that the whole, even when Kanye was on his rants, I'm
yeah,
like, man, you gotta look at this bigger picture. People was taking what he was saying,
yeah,
and, you know, picking it,
missing it.
It's a whole bigger picture.
Son, I had an argument yesterday with Scarface on the phone because he's like, Daddy-O, Nas is my favorite rapper.
He didn't like it?
Those are not his beats. And I'm like, son, when I get back to Houston, we gotta sit down and have a session because you're missing it. He said, okay, Daddy-O. I said, man, I'm telling you, you're missing it. You're missing it. And anybody that don't get the Nas album,
promoting the
But let me ask you. But let me ask
they
you a
just
question.
missing it.
But let me ask you a
don't
question.
go ahead.
Him, because he probably in my top 10 hands down.
Yes.
You know, in the South,
Nice.
like that's
No, Nas nice.
no, not even Nas. I'm saying Scarface.
Oh yes.
Like,
on, man.
But,
Don't-
but what I'm saying is, a lot of people don't give Scarface that credit.
Why? They do. Everyone does.
Nah.
They don't. They don't.
Around me, they
They
better.
don't.
He don't get it.
They don't.
He don't get it. They don't even understand how dope that is. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes people miss stuff.
I mean, because nowadays you can't just be lyrical. You have to be lyrical, and you have to be fly, and you have
Yeah,
to
but
date
he's not
the
even
girl.
talking about nowadays. Like people,
Back then-
I'm just saying,
People
period.
act like 3,000 could rap better than Scarface.
Like, if you post the top
Knock
10,
it off!
If
You
you
don't
post the
think so?
top 10,
Big Boy rap better than 3,000. Even 3,000 said it. 3,000 said,
Boy held his own, but I don't know.
dog,
Nah.
Andre 3000 is a lyrical version of Snoop.
No.
Go back and listen again, and you hear all this West Coastism. Big Boy
Once he
is
got that-
pure Atlanta.
once he got that,
No,
once he
Big
got
Boy
that
is
Baduza,
pure Atlanta. So just so like
Metaphors and
Gip, like
wordplay.
Gip is pure Atlanta.
Yeah.
Killer
Yeah.
Mike is pure.
Yeah.
Andre is not pure Atlanta. It's a lot of what was going on the West Coast and
But
every.
that Baduism. He got that Baduism.
There
in
you
his
go.
chain.
He's a rag.
Storyteller, though.
He's an incense burner. He's a sage guy. And I'm telling you, I like everybody for who they are.
Right.
Like when it come down to Atlanta, my favorite rapper is Cool Breeze.
Yeah.
Hands down. You understand what I'm trying to say? Watch for the hook. You know what I'm saying? Because that was bananas to me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
Watch for the
saying?
Hook
And
is
I
bananas.
and I love the Goody Mob. Like I like it for that thing that feels like, yo, I'm sitting in New York. And they talking, yo, no disrespect to the beautiful, but they talking so much about the beautiful on the Soul Food album. When we moved to Atlanta, I'm like, babe, let's go to beautiful. We hated it, but we went.
Right.
But we went.
But that's
you know
why
what I'm
I
saying.
moved
It's the essence of it. That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The whole essence of it. Andre didn't represent. Yeah, people took the name ATLian. But guys in Atlanta wasn't looking like Andre with that hard backpack and all of that and them high socks. That's not what they got. Guys in Atlanta, Tip is more Atlanta. Because he come from Mega and them. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like, and that's my reference to every city because of where I was born. My reference to every city is the street.
Right. And that's
So-
what I did when I moved to Houston.
Exactly.
I told you, like when I moved to Houston, I was just like, Houston, my only reference that I knew was Scarface.
Exactly.
So I was like, the only thing I know about Houston is what I hear in Scarface songs. Because, you know, even me in New Jersey, like you were saying, my southern influences came from the Goody Mob, from Scarface.
DJ Screw.
No.
Chop, not
I
slop.
hated that.
See, I love all of
I
that.
hated
Because
that.
me, I'm going to tell you this, and we can move on, but I'm a guy who I left New York rap in the 90s. So if you ask me my top 10, everybody's always very, very, very upset. Scarface said, Daddy-O, who's your favorite rapper? I said, Pimp C.
No.
He said, what?
As a
I said,
musician, right?
No.
Is it because of his
overall,
musicianship?
I don't care about lyrics that way.
Give us your top 5. Who your top 5?
No.
My top 5 is albums. I would say my top 5 albums.
Oh, you don't have top 5 rappers?
Top 5 rappers. Okay, Pimp C.
Oh my
Probably.
God.
I'm gonna say Pimp C top, and then everybody else could be in any place. Andre Nicotina. Scarface. probably Chuck and Nas. And I love Mel, but Melly Mel's above all of them to me.
Because it was a different time.
And I love Mo D, but I think Mo D's above all of them to me. You see what I'm saying? But like that's where I go in different directions. Like I don't even know if you ever heard Nicotina, but he made the most perfect rap record ever. This record called Train With No Love is the most perfect rap record ever made. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I go on what I learned from Mel and them. So I go on emotion.
Mel
right?
is Melly Mel.
And that's what drives me when it comes down to hip hop. That's why I like the Goody Mob, because the emotions and what they was saying was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? This is what it is. But in the 90s, New York rappers started talking tough.
Right.
I'm from the street. So I'm like, these niggas lying. So I stopped listening to them. You know what I'm saying? And I started listening to UGK. I started listening to Fifth Ward Boys. I started listening to
Were you in Houston
the Click. No, I started listening to the Click. I was actually working at a record label. You could come in my office any morning. I had the Mystical album on Big Boy. I tried to sign it. You know what I'm saying? You could come in my office at any moment and hear y'all ain't ready yet every morning that I was waking up. And in New York City at MC, I had the best system I had a better system in my office than my boss. And that's what you would hear in there. You would hear Riding Dirty. You would hear
Here I go.
you would hear all that. You would hear all of that. You would hear all of that, because I was like, this is what I want to hear. I want to hear development. I want to hear what I call progression. To me, I like Pun in them, but not enough to know no Pun records. I don't know no DMX records. I don't know no records.
Gotcha.
Right. Well, that was my era in the 90s. And so that was when I was really, really, really into it. But then I was at that age when I was just starting to get my own way in hip hop.